Hello traders, Rich here, and here's a quick but detailed update on EURCHF. As usual, if you guys like video analysis, let me know in the comments or simply leave a like. So let's get started. As we clearly see, EURCHF has been overall bearish for a while, making lower highs and lower lows, trading inside this giant brown channel. And since we are approaching the lower bound or the lower trend line, acting as a non-horizontal support, we'll be looking for buy setups. Of course, we'll be looking because no matter how strong a support is, it can still trade lower before trading higher or even breaks it down for it to become a resistance and so on. That's why we don't buy blindly. We always zoom into lower time frames and wait for the bulls to take over. If you zoom into H1 time frame, we can see that lately EURCHF has been trading inside this channel, and as per my trading plan, this is our last major high. So I'll be waiting for something like this, for a new swing high to form around the upper trend line and then a break above it. For those who know me, I always highlight it like this as our trigger. And when the buy is activated, the stop loss would be just below the previous swing low, and we target a 1 to 2 to 1 ratio to have an edge over the market. From a risk management perspective, it would be around this resistance area. Meanwhile, until the buy is activated, EURCHF can still trade lower and lower and even break this support downwards. Before we continue, I want to tell you about Tickmill. Tickmill is established in 2014 and is one of the leading Forex and CFD brokers with registered users from more than 200 different countries. Tickmill is a no-dealing desk and ECN broker regulated in many countries like the UK, Cyprus, and recently in South Africa. With Tickmill, you can trade a wide range of instruments, starting from Forex to indices, commodities, and even crypto. Most importantly, with very low spreads and trading fees. If you don't have an account yet, make sure to create one using my referral link in the description below to benefit from 5% discounts on your trading fees. And let's continue. As we clearly see, NZDCAD has been overall bearish for a while, making low lows and lower highs. However, it's currently approaching a very strong support area. It was acting as a resistance previously, then price broke it upward, acting as support multiple times, and we are currently approaching it from the upper side. That's why we'll be looking for buy setups. Of course, unless it's broken downward, then it will become a resistance again, and we'll be looking for some setups on the retest. But for now, let's take it step by step, approaching or diving inside a support area. So let's zoom into lower time frames and look for buy setups. If you zoom into H4 time frame, we are currently trading inside this channel. We are currently also approaching the lower bound of it, which adds extra confirmation that we are looking for buy setups. If you zoom into H1 time frame, if you remember, I've posted this channel in red, and I mentioned that we are waiting for a new swing high to form around and then buy on break upward, which didn't happen. Obviously, price kept moving lower and lower. And for now, we are trading inside a shorter term channel inside this big one in red. So I'm still waiting for the boost to take over, especially because we are around the support area. So we're waiting for something like this, for example, and then a break above the previous high. It depends on how conservative you are. You can go for this high or for this high here. But for now, let's keep it like this, because we want the price to break above the previous high, this red trend line and this trend line in blue. Uh, of course, as usual, I highlight it like this as our trigger, and we target a 1 to 2 ratio to have an edge over the market from a risk management perspective. So take profit would be around the upper trend line in orange, which we saw from H4. Meanwhile, until the buy is activated, and the decad would be overall bearish and can still trade lower and lower. To dive inside the support area, in this case, we'll be looking for new buy setups or even breaks it downward, as mentioned from weekly. In this case, it would become a resistance. Best of luck, and I'll see you on the next one.